Hello guys, Bobo here. This is some footage from last weekend when I was in Bucharest, Romania, and I had a chance to teach some workshops and do plenty of sparring. This is my first match for the day versus Andrei Ciuta from Sword Bucharesti, who are also my hosts. And we are just warming up, playing around. Doubling from time to time, which is inescapable. Pausing a little bit so we can move a bit more in gear. Here we have an excellent parry, hit to the arms, and cover the afterblow from Andrei. Some nice exchanges with no hits. Now keep in mind that some of the exchanges are not here because we completely get out of the camera view. Some which are borderline I've actually kept. This was actually lucky, he missed me, but I capitalized on his mistake and managed to get him. It's important to note that we are not trying to win those exchanges, we're trying to play around, and the goal is not to win the spar, rather to experiment with different things. In this case it's even more about moving around and twisting our bodies this and that way, because we're starting a long sparring session and we do know that it's gonna be a long sparring session. So there is no very deep tactical thinking. He got me nice here with the fiend. And I managed to get him nice here with the thrust. I'm trying to cover his sword, but he gets me in the hands while I'm entering. And he got me on the head here. Maybe it was a tad flat, but it was solid enough that I called it. Sadly, it was a double. I somehow managed to not get hit in this. As you can see, people around us are already fencing as well. Radu Taunean is my second opponent, again from Sword Bucharesti. I've known Radu for a long time, since he was just starting HEMA. He was training for just 2 months when we sparred for the first time with home swords. And as you can see, he has gotten a lot better since then. I'm still trying to put some pressure on him, but he's dealing very well with it. I'm generally trying to make my motions clear and relatively big. I managed to get him with that one-handed one, and surprisingly to myself with that thrust as well. But it's a dynamic fight, and after the first warm-up we are moving around a lot. A compilation combo worked nice. He got me with the Zerg from behind. That was a bit messy, but his leg protection turned around. And now you will see very nice thrust to the chest. And another one which was not so visible. And he got me here as well, careless. Blow after blow. I didn't manage to defend my hands well here, I think. And the third fencer is Laur Badea, again from 7 Swords Bucharesti. Laur kicks things up a notch. I face different people differently, but generally in those types of sparrings, unless someone has a specific request for what they want from the spar, I usually just explore, I put pressure on them. I don't care that much about doubles or being hit. I just want to experiment and see what is hard for them to deal with and what is easy. Of course, when I see obvious mistakes, I try to punish them. But I like playing around. I sometimes do risky things. This is a funny thrust. Yep. Actually, he helped with... See how he hit his mask with his own sword? He helped take it off. I think his mask was a bit loose and he had the same issue the next day. I managed to get him on the entry. That was a double this time. And again a double. Strangely enough, he didn't get me here, but he got me afterwards. Here at the arm. And then an Unterhau, and then I stopped. I was hoping that he would read that thrust and protect against it. And now he's taking the pressure in. And that was a really nice thrust. Strangely enough, that started messy, but actually managed to get him and exit safely. In this one, not so much. Again, a double. Always remember from time to time, if you're starting to stand too tall, remind yourself to sink in. It's almost always better to do that. Again, I hope that he would see the big wind-up and react to it, but he just doubled into it. That was a nice stop with the Zwerg, and this is the third spar done. My fourth spar is against Andrei Dos from KDF Kronstadt. I maybe rushed a little bit here and didn't take a bigger break after the previous one, because in the beginning we're doing a lot of doubles and really not catching a rhythm, but I did manage to catch this one on my guard and do a nice swag to his head. You'll see a lot of simultaneous hits or consecutive ones. But we have a couple of pin exchanges as well. Here we started to read each other a bit better. He manages to catch me here. Sadly, again a double. Double yet again. This was a very nice catch. Very quick turnaround, snap around, I would say, on the other side. And I would say this is a nice thrust. And a Zwerg. And he got me really nicely in the legs here. I didn't expect he would reach me. Sadly, that was a stupid double, and it was my mistake. He had started his action with the tip first. Again, we have a couple of doubles where we are not really reading the opponent. He got me here. I got him here. And again, a stupid double. He covered well this one. I missed the thrust here. I managed to, strangely enough, not get hit by this Shohao. Why am I continuing the video? Because of what is about to follow in a second, after my talk with Andrei. No worries, that was Ada. She fell okay and was absolutely fine. And we go to the next match with Andrei Kirleșan from Iron Will HEMA Academy, specifically the senior instructor of Iron Will HEMA Academy. And here we are testing a rule set. So we have judge sparring, and we conduct it like a match, more or less. The rule set is pretty simple. Clean hits are 3 points, doesn't matter where they land. A blow after blow is 2 points for the initial blow, 1 point for the after blow. And no deductions, so fighting is down to 15 points. And it's a nice type of rule set because you can have big differences, and then suddenly you get 2 clean hits and you're back in the game, or even winning. Of course, we do a couple of doubles, but also some clean ones. A lot of people say that, so to make it clear, yes, some of my tricks, especially when I throw multiple ones, I generally, I think I've hit with one, I start letting go of my hands when I'm throwing the other, so as to hit lighter if the person has already stopped. So some of them are just flat on purpose or without care. Some of them do look flat because sometimes I'm throwing an Unterhau. This one didn't look flat. Sometimes I'm throwing an Unterhau, and if you look at it from the side, an Unterhau looks almost a little bit flat. The match is going back and forth. We had some nice clean exchanges, some blow after blows, and we'll end it with a handful of doubles. But it's still a nice match. Not sure what happened here. Here, Andrei got me clean, I think. By the way, we are both fighting with shorter swords. I'm using the Sea King Shorty. He's using Regine's shorter sword. I think both are around 95-96 centimeters of blade. And I pretty much remained with the Sea King Shorty afterwards. Andrei says that with the one-handed cut, I actually managed to reach him. Okay, for example, here the second blow was definitely a little bit flat. But this one was an Unterhau, and then I continued with a slice, so even though it might have looked flat as well. That was a very stupid double. Again, a double. And now we have a more interesting exchange to end the fight. So it's basically hit, parry, another hit, and a preparation for another parry, and this is the end of the match. And next up we had Vlad Kirnaro from Iron Will HEMA Academy. As you can probably see, Vlad is in his early days of training, so I'm not pushing him too much from the get-go. I'm mirroring him a bit. I'm trying to sense his distance. He ringed out himself. This is again a judge sparring. I'm basically playing around, throwing some combos at him. For example, I didn't parry this because I was very good. He just threw a shallow cut, and that's why my parry actually managed to cover it. And there are times when he surprised me as well. When he's fully concentrated, he can deal with stuff. This thrust, for example, I think I presented it fine. And this one I did a big motion. Both time caught him. That should be a note for him to know that he opened up on the inside. Strangely enough, he actually got me here. And when I'm looking at the video, I can see that he just extended really well. So I congratulate him. We both managed to slice each other, kind of dumb. That was a better parry than before. And I'm going to my next opponent, Dimitro. Also a fencer I've known for a while, and who has also gotten a lot better than the last time I fenced him. And again, it's just spar. He got me on the entry here. I'm pushing him a little bit more. And I managed to establish control and hit him there. Another option to go on the other side. My blade got stuck in his gloves. I pushed him a lot here, but he actually prevailed and managed to get me when I lost my grip. I missed, or maybe I hit a small slice, but he sliced my hand and I hit the floor. Nice job. I like that he didn't decide just to snap a cut around, but decided to remain on my blade. I just wanted to emphasize the weakness in his structure here, and this is a nice ending of this exchange. I hit him in the hands on the outside and I thrust on the inside. Because I've noticed that he has started stopping, I pull back my thrust immediately. And we have one more exchange. Just multiple hits from both sides. Very nice spar with him. And next it's Cătălin Vasile from Manu Milham Academy. By the way, guys, if I've confused anyone's name, blame your instructors. I specifically asked them to give me the name list because I don't remember people. I remember people with gear and their names and faces without gear, but the two combined takes me some time. Okay, it seems we're both fenced a little bit and we're both a bit tired. I'm less mobile than before. I'm a bit lazy. My opponent is doing big motions, so that helps a lot, a little bit. Again, I'm trying to emphasize big mistakes he makes. As you see, I even slow down a little bit. I'm repeating combos. In some cases, almost the same combo. This was a nice surprise, he just didn't see it coming. He got me underside while I was trying to parry, which is fine, but if I wasn't parrying but going for his head, it would have doubled. That was again a double, quite dumb. And again a double with the same logic. And we go for a couple more exchanges, but yeah, we are tired here. We should probably take a break already. See how lazy we are. We're barely in a good stance anymore. I got him with this thrust here, but it was just because he was open, and I had the energy for one or two more parries. Don't worry, he was okay. He just reacted strongly to the blow. It wasn't that hard. Okay, Codrignon from Sword Bucharesti is my next opponent. Some nice exchanges, relatively relaxed. He got me in the hands very nicely here and then parried the after blow. We are again both searching for the hands, doubling here and there. But also we're making a lot of good parries. Think about it, if you do a very complex exchange where you do multiple parries that you manage to, meaning you manage to cover multiple attacks and your opponent does too, and then you end in a double, does that mean that the entire exchange was pointless? No, you already trained and demonstrated good skill with parrying, you just fucked up the last exchange. Or the last part of the exchange. It happens. Fucking up is part of fencing. If fucking up is not part of your fencing, you're never gonna get better. It's always nice to talk a little bit and share your impressions after a spar. Julian Radu, 7 Swords Bucharesti, is my next opponent. It seems I've managed to take a little bit of a break. I'm more active with my footwork, but my handwork is lagging behind, so he's catching me a couple of times. Got me in the hands here, escaped the afterblow. I got him on the hands, he afterblowed me. Grabbed, cut the wrist around. That was not the way you set up a guide slam. I wanted to show him that there is a weakness above with his structure. He almost lost his sword here. I covered highest to stop him. And then he actually got me there because I was aiming to cover something that wasn't there. And I managed to get him here with the Shilhao. Again, there's a weak structure there, which I'm trying to emphasize with some of my attacks. He got me in the hilt here. In some rule set that's counted as a point, in others it isn't, and sometimes it's hard to see. I got him actually with that thrust. I tried another one, but he dealt with it better. He's handling pressure better now than in the beginning of the spar. Now he's dishing it out. Now we change from him putting on the pressure and me returning it. And that was the last exchange. And thank you to my hosts from 7 Swords Bucharesti and from HEMA Academy and from KDF Kronstadt. I hope you enjoyed my presence as well. Until next time.